Abusia na wie bisa mo ha mo akwa the original TV so braso se enadwo edi Amanyosem dwumadi ede ebrewo asede nyese nyina hwese be chichiro my Ghana asede mpeni kan ye nara yasasire ye moja nananum jade to my brado sem no mienu so ye beto bi ede atoa so de atoa so 11 ne de to aso anase de ne de to aso ne ye ba bedi enkomo na enseba hodo bebre ade a ekoso ewo ya Amanyosem na me no ka say NDC sa Amanyoku o my friends and chofo share mu de din kam nyame adomo a oye ochinibina yawo na say na me say di animu ya no mutiesi monten ayo ye kire de tia ye 11 aban so ode eba Moody's eso edomo ratings ede aba na Moody's ya maku a ensha ban si wiase afa na nyino mo hwese do ma BSc kasem sitie ekoyi a ne achese ekoyi ene Ghana ye boy abaso ye B+ ne agye ho fansa but one thing is say so mo ratings no ba na favor government na ene propaganda ene to say party communicators so bia ko ba bia wa koti ene wa print kra na kita no nemo ratings ni ba na nkoyi dia ende din ye nheda nka ho asem ene bi di hu nkomo ni ahwese de na mansi ko enim di fo enim di osikasem obi e kana je kire na adwemfa se de Ghana sikasem sitie no kra ne da hen no kra se Ghana is broke ana but government say Ghana is no broke. The president catcher says ni pahwere ne nkwa say obetimi edi na frɛ ufo maba nkwam de wontimi nemum say COVID-19 betiti sika pansam na also bring the economy on track ne de yade aban ne betumi aye na yen hwe say na ho adwuma ene ya ntene ho nkomo ene ba bide midi disamo Huntor betma from the captain of the Doshoba adwuma mama no from Same on top. We share live for original TV so no okay social media handles na original TV Instagram Twitter Facebook Original TV GH Original TV GH o like a page no follow a page na dwumadi ahodo nyina de nyina de abo makasho so Original TV ye ba edema ye bedi dwuma ahodo na de ama ene men se obre na mitwam Huntor na maba me ba ye de obekọ screen so na ya twenkomo bi afa ye Moody's nya hweba bia Ghana ye ka ede ye che Ghana ka na wodie wo musen na do ka do se no boy kofo bo se mahama mails o muso bo sen twa ho bazisia
Stop that trash. Stop it now. Stop that trash. Stop all that trash. Stop it now. Your girlfriend gives you a new ride, and you go pick your side chick. Taking her for a ride. This lifestyle, dear, trash it. If you get dust before your place, do the shocky as you trash your waist. Muni baller, when you baller, you nigga some then hide your face.
Zoom Lion is giving you 1 million bins for free to get rid of your trash. Download the Zoom Lion app now for your free bin or make trash collection payment. Or simply dial *857#. Zoom Lion, your waste management expert.
Mesa mo akwa babi mfa Amanyosem dwumadie so yesi nkunye ne tino ikaka kire ne bebu nkonta ye Ghana sikasem seti wi a NDC moburu so mo be ye kire ne ahwese oye kyerɛ no anye bia bai oye kyerɛ hodo maye no etimenya mfaso bi de afiri so ana na yenko eye screen so na yentwetwe nkomo bi na yenyumfo ni bi emfa nkyerɛ Moody's for report omode abanie na Moody's adwumaku America Canada say wiase nyina nye Ghana nko a oma bia no oma esiri osikasem si kwada Moody's downgrade Ghana to CAA1 from B3 na yekwa ni mo abeti B3 ne say kire ne CA1 so de sitre Moody's has downgraded Ghana's long-term issuer and senior unsecured debt rating to Ghana's outlook has also been moved to stable from negative. Yes, sister say kan nanke ye kan ba bia na da no na say e stable. Yes, obi yare da mpam no na doctor focus e say the condition is stable and na che say baby odon just say o ka say respond to treatment na say niam aye. Na ye ka say negative dia negative ni che say wo de adro bi kura ma no kura na respond. O wa no panie o ma no moja o ma no nsu kura na respond. Na say ho intensive care ana ye kono. Na Moody's report no be aba no to asoma me a to asoko ani mu a Moody's for HSA, Moody's projects that Ghana's government's debt ratios will continue to deteriorate in the next few years with extremely weak debt affordability significantly constraining policy making. Moody's say, in fact, kakra di animu no, ade aye ka no, ebesa agye no ho. Ebesa agye no ho pa na omochese policy making na koba ne saade ayese aban no dwuma opeso ye hyehya hodo so ye no se sika ni ho to me nye ti policy bia betimi akaso be yi rules betimi akaso be si hospital betimi akaso be expand at this university crab be ye free ideas ba be here sika na dia according to Moody's almost say in the next few years no this is how Ghana economy you say ya downgrading a project say in a few years no this is how our economy is going to grow. That is the situation obi kan obi am petty and so abanisa na yemwie wo ye Moody's e dey about say Moody's estimates that government debt ended 2021 at 80% of GDP, whilst interest payment alone consumed half of government revenue that year, positioning Ghana with second largest ratio among Moody's rated sovereigns. Moody's say, "The so far kaya dia now the to my Ghana Japade nyina ye ton ye Japade nyina ye kaya dia no." Yedi emu ohama bupende otwe betua yeka na se Japade e wona aka na 20% pe na omo chese ewiase nyina na ufa ratings omo ye ya Ghana yeka oman a nyese ye debt to GDP anase akofom no na se yeso yeka ho be pa a chese it doesn't look good na we the Moody's they are to receive official response from the government. Now I say abano so do mo kan ye no kra na so be challenge. Now let's move on here ade bi our hase. So Ghana's public debt stock since 2008 ye fell from Mampena Dakufo person to Mampena Dakufo ehiem Mampena da Mahama ne Mills ehiem na Mampena na Danko Kufuado so ehiem. Na ofa regime na Mampena Dakufo be Mampeni afimpi mienu ekosi MP mienu no 2000 to 2008 Omampeni dada kofo eka odija 9 billion Ghana cedis obetwa 8 years difference ni say Omampeni dada kofo baaye no eka free Kwame Nkrumah penso a besi Rollins so no yeko eye hepic highly indebted o man Ghana si ye de kapa Omampeni kofo miekuru amu binti de eka no cheye dodo no ade cheye de Omampeni kofo konfie nwotwe ka ojaye no na eye 9 billion in 8 years. I don't know. Now, offer Omampeni Atamels or no chatre half of you know, Ujano de Omampeni Mahama and Mahama betwas until your community in the boom Temels Mahama governments in 2009 to 2016. A cow Musuja near 122.1 billion 8 years. 122.1 billion 8 years. It means Omampeni Mahama and Atamels delete. Omo de kan 113.1 billion and a beka Ghana ye debt stock ho enfie nwotwe e ka omo so bo edigu honom no nana adodan kwakufu ado hwe Omampeni to sabe 5 years e sa so no an gusu di ade e se de mfie numu no we a che se wo kọ na nimu ano no na 2016 Omampeni nana adodan kwakufu ado buy so from 2016 2017 eka Omampeni nana ado so bo de beka no ye ka no kokudu 142.5 billion 142.5 billion. Nti afi 2017 kwa no Omampeni nado ebo besia ede eka ode ka eka ho ne 23.4 billion ano mampe nanado ede eka ho 2017 2018 ye ka de kokodu 173.2 billion enti 2018 kwan 2017 2018 another year no o mampe nanado esa ede ka ne bi ka ho 30.7 billion ano de ka ho obasia ha aha 2018 2019 eno se afi baako ya kanu kokodu 218.2 billion 218.2 billion oman penna nado ede 45 billion ene ka ho 2018 2019 na so wo hwe 2017 oboka 23 billion 2018 30 billion 2019 45 billion ese yekoyenim 2019-2020 election year nanado sabre yeka no kokodu 291.2 billion eka nanado de ka ho no eya afi 2019-2020 just 1 year no eka wa de ka ho no eye 73 billion ena nanado aban ede eka ho over 2021 2020 to 2021 ye to abade ne afi atwa mu no a eka nanado aban ede ka ho no eye 53.3 billion to where election year no asansan year to aba ene ne sika ye chebi covid-19 ye de boabo nkrofo yi 73 billion e de ka ye ka ho 21 to aba wi afi hu se ye ni so ate ye di sika na manasa no ye bobosia e de be ka ka no ama no ko 53 billion se sia wo fa ga na ye ka ye di nyina no e ye 344.5 billion 344.5 billion Ofa omampena da akofo 8 years. Ofa Atamel 3.5 years. Ofa Mahama 4.5 years. Oka ni nyina boma 16 years. Ofa sa mampeni miensa kofo Mills Mahama omobosia omoboy na ka omodija Ghana no na 122.1 billion. E ka omodija no. Ofa na dan Kufuado from 2017, 18, 19, 20 about 21 which is 5 years no na nado so nko aka wode abeka ho no 222.4 billion ese ka na nado e de abante no peso ga na e ka e de no a 344.5 billion de na nado mfie num ni wode abeka ho 222.4 billion de o mampeni Atamels Kofo Mahama ebodija e ka omsu ja e 122 billion ento for mo ka no a na nado 5 years no adi no what the to bosia waje more than times 100 and waje more than 100% ofa enfie dunsia akofo Mahama Atamels boy na which is 122.1 billion na ndando kwade 5 years abobosia agbeka ka ho amana 222.4 billion so kaka ni nyina bomu a ye ka ide na 344.5 billion and ne ye ka ide we as at December a buy no ntiafie si mo ka hu say January ko February ni awramu odo bosome ne sika besa ko no hunkuntabu betimi aba ye nche ye ka ne hwese de ne ye cheka na said the IMF for rating no omusi kire mu ne IMF say country be that AAA a lowest level of credit risk na che say o masa o man bosia uni ni didwa enye den because obetimi atua ode no ho enti risk ni ade e wo form oba free A ABC AA3 do chen say very low credit risk na so this scammer say beba so ntimi ntua o sika behim no ya dia risk no very low over from A1 to A3 or say low credit risk na che say eno so odi sika ma no abo no besia be nsrechiri because ode no ho obetimi atua ede amawo eba B ABC B3 or say moderate credit risk na che say eho no onye sikani onu so onye hiani o ya dantemo nto obo no besia likely so betimi moderate na say won sheda yam sheda anhye wosa na ba BA1 besi B3 or na was substantial credit risk I say hon die ehu sa akwa no wo no besia no anhwe yi a ahwe anu antimi antua me no ka say ne homa bebre ne maso bebre ne maame ne papa ti ase ne na ka otimi ntua sa ni pa no wasa pe chilling weekend bia no peso pie no ko ginani o ma no bosia enjoyment ne be do so ahwe anu antimi antua this is substantial credit risk eba ni B1 ebesi B3 o say high credit risk ho de hweye yellow mu na ojina no hweye na say risk ni wosoro ahwe a oje bosia na akra na de betu hu ni biem wayira obetimi kura wu a o sika no ntumenye na asia kra no the bottom asia kra na CAA1 besi AA3 no o say very high credit risk na say wono ne de wo panado bosia koma no as obi e ka chosa ko niska wodi ka ontua no abase man bosia na wodi koma na akopo say very high credit risk and ne de mudi sika kire wiase nyina ne say so wo ye sika krabia wo yo man bi na ga na se bo ne bosia ka hunu say wo ye very high credit risk possibility say won tua wo sika ne mfa ma bra wo pani e very high and you very careful to be afie twam no Ghana ye ko amanone finance minister ye say ko pe risk and in na buy any process is here on international marketing ko bobesia ti any akata titi mo rem na yin ko ye hwe na ke che ka no ye ka na ke ye no ye che Ghana ye ka ye de na ye fa e Malaysia we o ma bena da kofo e ka odi ja ye no na o fo ma bena da kofo e ka odi ja ye no na e ye 9 billion ne ye cha na Ghana ni bia no e de ka e ye 300 Ghana cedis 300 Ghana cedis ni pa 30 million bia 300 Ghana cedis o ma pena da atamas ni mahama e ka odi ja ye no o musu ja ye ka ye cha na Ghana ni bia de ka e ye 4070 Ghana cedis. They say na nanda ko kufa de dia ono so e dia ja ye no they say Ghana ye de ka Ghana ni ba bia no wo de ka kra no wo de ka over 11,000 Ghana cedis aha entiana wa hye no so wo de ka bisika mi ka bukro hu mi da but wo de ka ono yele no ma ene oba na share fu nyina no wo de ka 11,000 and above sa pepepe ne ka ni esitie enti ba bia ye kwa kodunu no but yani aban nya adwe se bra so se Ghana for ye support aban na obi ka ne atete mo dwem ne age to na de chichiri ye maestro se dan na nyebe kwa kwaje bosia ka sa asem na to asem na so Ghana for bi so se bo mo bisa ne se sika bebrebe na na da ko fu ado bae emfie no ni waje bosia kwa 222.4 billion Ghana cedis omo so bisa se de na ban di sika na ye na se sika bebrebe we ni na 222.4 billion in 5 years what is that? But 7 billion. Na the mawa and the betumi aye no. But then the obi ka ebo achi ni the group and the betumi. We let it say abansi
Manofa. The patch off.
a new ride. And you go pick your side chick. taking her for a ride. This lifestyle, dear, trash it. If you get dustbin for your place, do the shocky as you trash your waist. When you baller, you nigga some then hide your face.
Zoom Lion is giving you 1 million bins for free to get rid of your trash. Download the Zoom Lion app now for your free bin or make trash collection payment. Or simply dial *857#. Zoom Lion, your waste management expert.
Segana be ya ne free menewo.
As of mine, ebe tumpona, ejaminu mienu, your modern boss.
Enunti ena original TV.
Ede adjunepa and opedumadi ebro. Hey, Asadia say, you try asam no home for nature. 1 hour you monocre, 1 hour peba be a fee, 1 hour pe asam no puma sibreno, ede chewa.
Efra Amanyosem, edediemu nsem, agodiemu nsem. Ene didiemu nsem ene ahosiesie no eyamasede se me bo nipa mpempem a wo mo hwe ya no pa bia na wonu enya anu yi a wo mo bisa e wo dwumedie eso
Kayo ho eju ada kopi fiada
anopa no nsia e de kosi no nkono e wo original TV so
Frame Boama Dakon Isaac anase lawyer
Mame Kunedu ye ne de dwumedie e bro
Atwenepa
Eyo bia sade se Ghana esanso eye adwuma ebi
Abusia Samuel Hamo akwa bi Amanyosem dwumadi ensem so ye toa so me no ka say no opinion ne twetwe nkomo e doma no boabo afọ de ma ND emabunu ano boabo afọ de ma NDC amanyuku ene o mai sentofo nhia mu de tuamu no e ade ebetimi ho ye kire bi nam kwa so kina e ba ne nade chie ni nyina ho nkomo ene ye ba bi de me ka so betimi anjoin ye live on social media handles no Instagram, Twitter and Facebook original TVGH original betimi follow ye pass comment no na ebrepom ni akan ade amao Pablo
Ini abema.
Akwaba.
Yeah, ni asame.
Official pa fi share.
No cry. I think come better. I think say na nyame adom ni go so tin.
Amen. And then press conference na mo ye ne de na mo ka kire Ghana for.
De di kan ma min teacher omo hwe wo mo fidi. So na men so me ma omo hwe ni na official pa. Ama pem say yensama e di tudwa eyetia. De di kan ye ka kire Ghana de share say Andy Samanyoko ni ye ne say benada ye twam ye de krata condom police say anka ye be ye oyi kire yawa de ya ebe 10 February 2022 ya den krata ne betu dwa na Ghana de she bebre ye frey express the interest e ka kire some person ba be kan ye ho na ye yes how oyi kire no based on no ye bie mu nti say anye NDC bie mu
Okay.
na a coalition of concerned Ghanaians
Okay.
The various political parties apart from the NPP about support Adams GH Civil Society Group, Care Ghana Civil Society Group, Concerned University Students Association. I'm saying Omokraba be address a press conference no. Justice for Ghana movement. Bernard Mona EDNIMO. I'm saying ASEPA Ghana. A few other organizations, even Okada Riders Association.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there was a group of some concerned market women. We are not person, but that time, be address. But a few of them came to address and tell Ghanaians their concerns. Almost show of support. Instead of the NDC now taking center stage, a coalition of concerned Ghanaians. And Obi was you, me person me baby, but me NDC ni. Oh, me person, I have to be crying as for. And me just say on Thursday, we be all walks of Ghanaians, various people, non-political actors. Omu ina him say, nearby cost we right from the e-levy. You raise about 5 issues. The first one obnoxious tax now. Your friend not to bottom tax no e-levy no. You toss me you tax for strike actions no. You toss me and NAPCO for a salary arrest ne send your buying the video omunko napco for the crab kasa say e de omo year campaign de omo year billboard remember me
Etimo press and napco for be kasa
the patch na napco for buy napco for buy be kasa was say omo show mu uniform omo nta de omo ntoma no e she de buy so remember me omo no yes our campaign no omo just said because ebu abemu the napco for so one of the issues we tackled was the issue of the napco non-payment of allowances for trainees, teacher trainees and nursing trainees. And I've mentioned the youth tax strike. Then the other one was on price stabilization levy and recovery levy now. I'm buying assigned trainees, you know. And now, fuel price build up now. So our sanitation levy, we feel there is a nuisance tax. We already know. And then a liter of fuel is selling at 7 cedis, 40 pesos. In some places, 7 cedis, 50 pesos. A gallon is about 35 to 36.
V-Power is 7 cedi, 80 pesos.
In some places, a liter of fuel, a gallon of petrol, about 35 Ghana cedis. From 14 Ghana cedis that President Mama, Ejano. Clearly, it is not sustainable. Many can say GPRT first may increase first by 30%. So these were the issues we covered. And then most importantly, the issue of corruption. And the choir, Abina Faswa, or managing Ghana. And a dream. And the Kitashi said, one corruption case after the other. Now, the the explanations on Auditor General's report, and in Cheshire, move for 12.8 billion, Auditor General kind of. Meaning, if it is even 1 billion Ghana cedis, Ghana cannot afford to lose any more money. And we also told Ghanaians, and we said, brother, this is other President Mills, president, now the economic management team, they were not fantastic. Saying about Amanyosem or fantastic management team, you know. But even when they came, no move that was a challenge, you know. It was during NDC's time, no more introducing stabilization fund, no. Because he said, "They be do a buying any ska." And what government did there, they say, "A buying share the productive sectors of our economy." Who said breweries were making so much profits. The banks were making so much profits. The insurance companies were making so much profit. I'm buying the tax we buy out, not taxing almost 5% before 5% on their profit before tax.
Okay.
At that time, the then finance minister no only bank or Ghana. And that President Mills, but one opportunity. At that same time, not sign one insurance company, one opportunity. So almost my crying because that is the government that thinks about who here for. I buy a dream sabi only be who insem. So that is how government made up for the loopholes now. The question we are asking is over the last 3 years, the mobile money transactions inquiries in excess of 1.5 billion from the telcos. Why is government not looking at taxing normal profits? No. Insurance company.
Are you talking about profits at telcos now making and I said that
the profits the telcos are making?
Okay.
The turnover
1.5 billion. The
turnover indeed the last 5 years with transactions that here is about 1.5 billion.
Okay.
So if they are making so much, why wouldn't government look at sitting down with them and taxing them more instead of e-levy? Insurance companies, over the last 3-4 years, Kenuforiate's company, Enterprise Insurance, the amount of sika omenya from government business, why is government not taxing them more?
Among one making money.
Yes, and that's why is government not taxing them more? Because they just start tax now. Kenuforiate have to pay more taxes.
Is it Enterprise Insurance one making money and I say general every other?
Unfortunately for this current regime, Enterprise are monopolizing almost BBR, so they are making more money. But that notwithstanding, we should look for innovative ways in between their raising revenue, so that we don't resort to taxing the poor person's capital. E-levy, a taxable capital. For instance, let's say, say, me ye Jumama original TV. Na mutua me kabo so me mama me 1,000 Ghana cedis. Now so ye Jumama original TV, no original TV ma 1,000 Ghana cedis. Now wo jo 1,000 no, now the show botoma. Paying crime waje woko. Me jime die no nam so for safekeeping. Sabe ebi aso to bottom phone ti me jime die no, but they to me phone so Mobile money so It's my e-wallet. It's just an electronic wallet. Say me eba bi say me yi sika no, e dey ato bibia, I buy na jime 1.5. To bottom, it is a kind of show bottom now. What you have income tax, no? I buy a sign tax. Who taxes income?
Bien shadio na no na Moody's eso do mo rating but before Moody's rating na ade penyufo enim di sikasem chese Ghana ba bi sikasem ne wode we are just waiting for say better said the economy is collapse though government say that is not the case. Moody's rate or mode aba chese say the high I can say rate I just say what the risk no ye da high just say o my boss a yentimi ntua ene ntira mo ka chi wi ase nyina say woni ye dedwa hwe yie se koba ne sei a ye ni aban nya adwen se ne ye ntiti e mo wremu yo mu se bremu odin de yes ne se ene ekọ wi ase kopa busia ye nya bi aban wan kwanya mienu so obaje free ne manfo ho ana so bekọ abonte akoje ene ni di nya abonte ye mfama no ne manfo so obo mfama na how are we expecting the government to manage the economy?
And I'll tell you, it's very simple. The first thing is about me and say so what challenges are we can't cut it down on expenditure. Somebody show remorse. Oh, minimum in the year, me 110 ministers, my cutting it down. Me expensive travels abroad, no, my cutting. Me fly private jet, BM. Me over 1,500 presidential staffers. Me reducing it to be 100. Clearly, who catch a Ghana for say, oh, tax on no be yardring. But over taxing me, now they could live luxurious lifestyle. They may implement. So the government itself must first show commitment. Say, why you ready to cut expenditure? Meaning, I say, you cannot sustain a debt.
What's a luxury lifestyle? I didn't know so much because
when your president chooses to travel in a 30-car convoy, when your president chooses to travel in one of the most expensive private jets in the world, when your president throws lavish parties around, now catch him and say he's not living comfortably and luxurious.
So your average in the president or for convoy bear send and can do coin.
But we've seen other presidents travel with 5 convoys, 6 cars in their convoy. Actually, we saw other presidents travel commercial. President Mills traveled commercial. The man before President Mills died, on the Delta and the America Core Hospital, Kobai. We saw President Kufuor travel commercial. We've seen President John Atta Evans, Atta Mills, President John Dramani Mahama travel commercial. You have a presidential jet. Other presidents come and take our presidential jet and send them to Europe, to America. What stops our president from flying in presidential jets? No? So that excuse of unconfident is neither here nor there. All we are saying is that if 83.6% of your GDP are to debt,
but I'm just say for maybe to say UK or maybe to say US or money debt to GDP no over 100%. It's here 83%.
And I'm assets to say production levels are to say. Exactly, but they are not. Moody's rating so poor. When they go to the market, credit, no bubbles to meet you. Today and we've gone onto the market twice last year.
Sure.
That should tell you the state in which the Ghanaian economy is. And then E-Levy, what happened to the fantastic economic management team? What happened to them? And then E-Levy, it is shameful. The tear Professor Bobkin from the University of Ghana, the tear Kwame Mpianim, the tear Dr. Makesibe. These are non-NDC people. Professor Bobkin is an academic. Kwame Mpianim is a leading and a founding member of the NPP. Dr. Makesibe is the immediate past chairman of the Finance Committee of Parliament on the ticket of the NPP. What we now say, E-Levy is a lazy man's approach. A no-brainer. Sebi. Maintaining pennies and what that say, or tax the capital. And you know what E-Levy is going to do? Per the government's own estimates, almost E-Levy bar, 25% of e-transactions are back off. You know what that simply means? 25% job losses. From research, it puts it at 42%. Now when you be a man, I say I want a chrono. Why buy out to me criteria Juma? In Mebunu, any of this year, money, a criteria Juma, Baby Guno. In the last 10 years, was 12 years, government has spent billions of cedis going cashless, promoting digitization. President Mahama, LA fiber optics across the whole country, under the Ministry of Communications, just to make sure that e-economy, it be taken off. so that cash ebe fi system ni mu and no bet na bullion van and no sakwa attack. We were moving towards a cashless society with the introduction of taxes on e-levy. Unim dia wo ye you are in progress aya on sa e-transactions ni na no o ba be returns our progress ni na o sign the akoyechi. What is going to happen is we'll go back to a cash society.
Maybe say about how I'm expecting the government to manage this economy since in the ratings in any we say government and cut the cost of expenditure. Since it can't be a honum one our cut the cost.
Okay.
But in this case, it can't be any honum.
Okay.
We are a country. We can't yet mean you know how say a say the TB or say a binding make issue my for say to Moka. I was say a farmer Bunojuma. A yakwan was here to me. So definitely will say to me. So why don't you support the government so on generating income and as a revenue internally? Once that you put pressure on government, say won't put prudent measures in place. Says it's can the manual obey spend this can wisely than say sikania maokra no wo de akwa ko live a large and nasi yam say the mo kere say yam fa maokra
same mwani bi kwedidie no mo mba ya ye fa bi nka 12.8 billion revenue buying sika and us retrieving 6 billion of it on our e-levy. Surcharge the people because the people are there. The auditor general's report is still available. Surcharge the people, go after their properties, their assets. Would they recover even 40%? 40% of 12 billion. Almost 4.5 billion. We have more than half of e-levy now. Sure. Also,
but I need say
the extractive the extractive industry. The world report said annually Ghana is trading over 1 billion in gold. How much? $1 billion. So you see this. So I ain't about it. Galamsey say so you know. And I tell you for 2 gold.
Yes, you see too. But maybe sir, what's your name? Crawford idea to say Dr. Asibe Yabo Amukase. We should government should rather consider going to IMF than so the e-levy Bible.
Two things. Is a yes and a no.
Why?
One, yes, because IMF yes it can't come out because of IMF. Credibility. Na breathing space. So IMF a guarantee loan mawa. Your interest rate is lower.
Okay.
It's a between IMF for credibility purposes. So that more restrictions in them and embalm account. So on that score, yes, Ghana should be thinking of going to the IMF. So that some of these ratings, though, there be ratings, so there be standards and posts, and there ratings, so why some level of comfort. So that say you because IMF ejina yechino, you are seeing when it so say when we enter Accra, nebra penya IMF. I don't know obeso munu echiama. But I don't support saying this IMF because under COVID they do over 1 billion. And the government shows us reforms. One of tackling corruption. So the corruption that is happening under this government is unprecedented. Which officials from the BNI Yoko, no more common sema. But because of the fear of victimization, said Dr. Tibe don't when starting from there abandoned. Jaye. Green power cost in the coming days there is something happening on the outdoor drains. Sika abaya twatch you demonstration is the next thing I'm going on. Sika outdoor drains ya twatch power you'll be amazed at me.
Kasi ya twatch saying
drains now because they are dredge here. That got Sika here government. I may say in the coming days a story will unfold. I'll make it available. Now we be the cost for time the rot and
it is who consider the good, the bad, and the ugly. Say if Ghana decide to go to IMF,
the good outweighs the bad.
So also support say we should go to IMF.
As it stands now, the only solution, and they say Abainu will make that phone call to the IMF. And you know why they don't want to go to the IMF? Because the IMF will now become critical of sending Omubu or Mayeno. And Omu figures now, Omu Kukia, there be a omu cookie figures, no. Because you see, the fundamentals are weak. That is why the exchange rate is going like
that. Is it true, says IMF Bemua, all the restrictions, Bema government, especially like job creation, blah blah. Is it true?
It's not entirely true because under your time, your IMF, we are still taking teachers, we are still taking nurses. There are some areas where unproductive. So certainly, the Misika amount, meet me fat Misika amount. Now, Frank was recurrent expenditure. Now, we to Jamaica. So those are the restrictions the IMF comes with. And when you say some of their programs are almost running, and you're unsustainable. There is no legal framework back in it. Ayabasa. And they know very well that when the IMF comes, they'll have to sit down with the IMF. And the IMF will interrogate their figures further. And I can assure you that the only reason why they are refusing to go to the IMF is that the IMF will expose them. Because anytime I'll be trying to track IMF, and once they find out, you're bulka. And they know that we'll be penalized heavily because over the years, they've been underreporting the true figures. And once the IMF comes in, they cannot underreport. So, and you're not fear. It's not more issues on the IMF.
1995, for Rollins, a day, a year, a bat, eba, nanadu, LED demonstration, compreko. Abakosma, me ati assess Ghana for the shebi away and stopping government from implementing tax. I have VAT. Indeed, and a VAT that's so honum. VAT money and get funny. This is school. Nanado buy a VAT and what may increase. It means sad demonstration be on my etimi as solve a problem. Be stopping the government. The government need decide to obey. We are. At the end of my word, you say. Nanado now sad run a demonstration. Will lead the demonstration man way under NDC regime. Yet you went ahead. And never nababe access to Ghana Edebua infrastructure education. And another president that's also person create a year another tax component. Nebua meetimi ya kwai to ngumesuan sam so to say e-levy. More demonstration catches on the on dropping.
With the VAT demonstration, when the demonstration was done, VAT was withdrawn.
By side by.
Never. VAT was withdrawn. And then I hear that the fierce year. We started with a lower figure instead of the original figure.
So, may accept this government in decides or economy by that standard and I said that
VAT, the Akufo-Addo led Kumipreku demonstration was not against VAT. It was against the percentage of amounts. I buy it here. Let me reduce the percentage. VAT is a value added tax. Worldwide, will be himself VAT to honor. Maybe it's VAT. So VAT has a clarification and what baby out me this. E-levy, what kind of tax is it? Is it a corporate tax? Is it an income tax? Is it a sales tax? Is it a production tax?
Electronic transaction tax.
Electronic transaction tax, perfect. We are not saying that we are against electronic transaction taxes. But where is capital taxed? So that question me bisa went me any man. You pay your income tax also no. So what's your tax there? Does the tax principles support double taxation?
No.
Exactly. Their principles are and our prerequisites are forming a good tax system. Nowhere in this world. And as secure down into secure show botoma, and by me to have this kind of show bottom, the and I'm your tax also. So why would you tax the secure and that me bottom? My wallet is my e-wallet.
A creative platform the amount.
Yes.
Ebinisa digitalization platform is a government NC telecommunication networks. Platform on the edge. One of the creative platform and ultimately you see to say the order pay. And it's okay. You're providing infrastructure
so
the amount.
You pay for that service. Or transfer now we use KBR. Who you have for platform the service no.
So in this case, you are suggesting say the government should rather tax telecommunication to another platform. Now telecommunication is saying
the telecommunications are already charging me. They are making super normal profit.
But why are you not asking why telecommunication networks say or my proposal say 1% charge no more GN? I feel the mobile GN 0.75%.
Because someone who said it will be steep on the consumer.
So when we had no money.
So that is the question you should ask our government because government has oversight responsibility. So buying. The only person who can regulate so the government has looked on unconcerned and on my boy and chrono. What I say, that is how come we have issues with government. So government must be more responsible and must be able to tell us, as it stands now, so what exactly is happening. Updating at Dadanina, no more says Kano. When the news said they could reduce it further, why were they not reducing it? It didn't say tax their profits before tax. Or declare profit, or declare gross before net profit. Tax the gross, no. I thought we do net. So now you ask a corporate tax on the OBM.
Pablo, you say we are lawyer, Emra, but sometimes how our Kasa your in-depth analysis about finance, say you have a little background, a deep, quite little background.
No accounting background.
Accounting background.
Yes.
You move this the Omoka Tunchain. You all these economists in this country at Tunchain. From your point of view, what is the state of Ghana's economy?
Ghana is broke. And Papa be your friend Ken Thompson. My name's only they like finance MD, no. For the last 2-3 years, on any Nipano, Joe Jackson. All my can't say Ghana is broke, Ghana is broke. There be and almost this Kahujuma into Munim. They are finance people. They speak on City FM, Joy FM. They've always said that Ghana is broke. Clearly, it has come to manifest. Meaning, I said, if 83% of your GDP and other service debtor, we be in a house. Remunerations in buy. We are broke. Now, it's OGC car 100,000. Now, we 83,000. Interest on loans. So. And you interest on loans. Now a cow 17,000. Now when you be a chair salaries, I can never cow for development. So we are broke. There is not any big word. We are broke.
Remedy in the same.
Apart
from cutting costs.
The remedy is simple. One, government must take stock of Inyema oil. If you don't cut costs, and you see, as for the cutting costs, is the first prerequisite. 2, look at the productive sectors of your economy.
Cutting costs, and does it include? Because sometimes cutting costs also includes lay off some workers to create space.
I am of the respected opinion, sir. A Jumani beyond government year assessments here. You don't need to lay off, but you can increase their Jumani somewhere to make them more productive.
Okay.
Because the Nipani is productive, it will generate income. For instance, a Ghana Post, huge potential. Abroche post office systems, the emails are, but still our people are using the post office services. Because the parcel industry, and then a Jumana will cut a for Ghana Post can take over. Because people will trust them more, they have credibility, and they can deliver fastest across the country. So a company like Ghana Post, what they right some of, but that same workforce with reorientation, you can work on them and use them profitably and get the results you want.
Now, your demonstration, mostly Thursday, and Basso. Already, money police for Master BBA.
Watch out 2 p.m. Usually there is always the misconception there's a police for mal permits. The police is not a permit granting agency.
But they can stop your demonstration.
They cannot stop your demonstration.
But they must stop Nkrofo in the past.
That is Nkrofo in the past. I challenged them the last time. And who won the debate? I won. The police cannot stop your demonstration. It is only a court of competent jurisdiction. In the bit you stop it demonstration. Maybe they make a down when I'm a demonstration. Now be satisfied. 5 days notice now I'm running seminar. Now police you know be soon who coin into now to me here where Juma courts na frame na me be me one. And even that you cannot go to court ex parte. It's all court on notice. Now about count and I become the na judge na ebobo assembly no tie. Now can say police soon to me okay fine I better obey to me. And as a member mon kokra. But no policeman has the power to say oh my own court demonstration. The only time the police can say is oh my own court demonstration. They say court na man say to me no enforce the court decision asa.
Yentia demonstration is all about e-levy. E-levy across of the 16 regions, 275 constituencies, over 200 and something districts in Ghana. Demonstration Accra Hankwan is and as more shall say Accra Kotwaswada.
Okay, letter now it's a nationwide protest. Now just
simultaneously and I say mobile series.
First one here Yawada.
Okay.
And then depending on how Yawada bekono, we roll it out across the country. Justice for Ghana 4 has been picketing at Parliament House.
Yeah. But last week, police kicked them out.
Oh, no, they were still there. The police do not have that right, though. If they are there,
they succeeded kicking them out. Maybe later, but that day they were kicked out.
So, what we've decided, they say, after Thursday, from Friday, we'll start occupying Parliament. And then we'll do same across the country. You see, a good father, can't sort here, say, and so betting test your cock, I crado, you bet Seneca, see a patch. Yawa de Yebe is a Ghana that wakuma so. Na Ghana here, demonstration here, Odia. And your George Parado, dear, and your John Dramani Mahama, dear, and yes, someone who some for dear, and then yes, you don't get an NDC for dear. And your Ghana this year be out there. Into the various coalitions about the kind now ye stages our demonstration into coalition of concerned Ghanaians I'm a convener ye frame na samumbra and mekaya
ho fade no eh den e sha ase free ho am na modem nsem koda na anim ekoto na anim na mu be wie e wo he
ye be fia ase e wo Obra Sport 7 am na ya build momentum e de akwakofa Farisco e da friend headquarters na nchen ho no mo all the way through Kimbu, Makola side, I don't know. They're the near parliament. If you parliament, you sign the any.
I didn't know always Obra Sports, Kimbu, Farisco traffic lights.
Always.
Why?
Much work for justice. You started or Accra more.
But most demonstration my year has seen. I want to be there
are various reasons. Way, for instance, you're choosing on because traders no, teach you no mugu. And this demonstration, traders need to almost say is
it true that sometimes when the most that choose route to a cause traffic jam even after demonstration there will be traffic necrophone says something has happened creating discomfort.
For me, Menjini said any citizen should endure any discomfort because of your actions. So I don't think that is the reason why we are choosing the route. Course now yenyama and any padodon person mobile. The impression that yenyama say they are in the central business district. We are on a common case 11 omuna taxes we omuna se omu di drama a nkrofo dey yutu omu ka omu sike go omu wallet so akrofo ntino so that is the main reason why you choose our route not because you say obi endure traffic in yakra ke be for route traffic in so na Ghana this year e ho atom Ghana this year ne ya mo jade ne be so mo ho chi omu
abusiafo ha na ede nkomo nyina ebesi o se eda ya wada original TV see the TV e be di akire cameras be ko na e be twamfoni di abro setimi baso a na the enim se police for some time betimi atwa be ka be 24 hours na for ma court no ma akọpa injunction ya ba metu so we hope is enkoba ne so a be mo atin so peni atwetwe nkomo yewura Abrantie George Opariado emabuna no boaboafo adema NDC amanyukom se da ya wada ye tua demonstration ni is all about ye e-levi the dwumadi ni sia eda ya wada no so ye be ya Amanyosem ti hia sabre a na ye di nkoma ha so ye kire ni tumi course na sentimi anko se wi ya na sentimi anko yi ene de ebebe me di samo Huntor betima from the captain of the Dression Mama a man from Samo to ko so na mo fidi na on the TV asida kese nkoma so hwe twumadi.
Ghana be ya na free me ne wo
asa oman no ebetu mpona ejramenu mienu ye modern boss
enunti na original TV
e de adwene pa anopa dwumadie ebrel Ghana be yo asade ase yetwa asam no ho mfoni kire wana wahwe mu nokre wana wope ba bi efi wana wope asam no puma sibre no e de kire won
efra Amanyosem edwedie mu nsem agodie mu nsem ene gide mu nsem ene ahosiesie no eye masede se me bo nipa mpempem a wo mo hwe ya no pa bia na wonu enya anu yi a wo mo bisa ewo dwumedie eso
kayo ho ejo adanko pimfia
Anopa no nsia e de kosi no nkono ewo original TV so
frame boama dakon Isaac anase lawyer
Mame Kunedu ye ne de dwumedie ebro
atwene pa
eyo obi asade se Ghana esanso eye adwuma ebi
Enfie dosia naini a Ghana enya ne fahudi. Fremra yenya ye fahudi ebesi ene. Empempenso oman edu efa sikasam ho. Ya pomudin sem, ye school sem ho. Ene empo ye nwere mu kanea ensem ho no. Ene ne ekeka ho no. Sam pempenso e ene sese ye du ana. Ye empanyimfo anase ye kandifo omudi ye nim no. Omudi ye nhwamo. Anase bebia sese omudi ye du no oho na omudi ye edu. Wait ena original TV ede jumedi fufokra ebrewa ye friend of the hot seats. What the hot seats so no ye ni aban impanyimfo amanyofo mrahebedwafo ene impo Ghana fo a omunimu de efa aye Ghana abakosem ho ene impuntunsem ho ebedi nkita ho afasa jumedi ho enti hia akosia asabia asumani kwasia de bia no miensa ewo original TV. Na me for the hot seats embro. The hot seats asabuni dika eninti yebeka.
Hello Kwame. Ebrason se me de kase abosron kono ebramo ewo original TV so enti kwana kwosha me ntentem ka kire wo nua no ono so nka kire ni nua wate yo atiefo ni ahwefo amo hwe me aha eye original TV so se de munim no na ye de yaba ne de na yaba kase abosron kokra ye de bebramo ewo kwasiada na se de munim no na frijuada de besi fiada no motie kase aboni bia eye business news eye entertainment eye politics ana eye lifestyle ni nyina na yatena se a ye san de beso mokwasiada no e de se de munim no na kase abozo ntolomi kasi ebototobi mu amunua ba na ajubi keta me fiti koti ana me ho age afiefie mu mi a na me de kase ne ba beso mokwasi ada biara na se de munim no na kase we ensem yiwasum na yiwani so ensem udo hia me krom edi abede be frem ane na ajubi kete yo meje wo so muntie na monkoso ana monhwe original ye ne e won ne pamamo mama mummo